in Morocco. They are in Group A, alongside Morocco, the host nation over there. Now, away from that, the days of the dominance of Accra Hearts of Oak and Asante Kotoko in the Ghana Premier League is over. And that's according to board chairman of newly crowned Premier League champions Midyama, Dr. Tony Obin. Speaking on PM Express on the club's success in the top flight, he claimed that the unreliability of Ghana's two footballing titans has caused them to lose their grip on the league, allowing other clubs to compete for the title. But for former editor of Kotoko Express, Jerome Autry, the two giants will bounce back next season. First, let's hear from Dr. Tony Obin.
The day of the dominance of these clubs are over. And this is a reflection of football globally. I mean, who ever thought that Saudi Arabia would beat Argentina and many other surprises that are coming up in football? Who ever thought that playing the Galaxies playing Madagascar would beat Ghana local Black Stars? It was unthinkable. It was unheard of. So generally, we must accept that there's a certain trend that is leading to those unsung clubs coming up, because this time around they have the right clues and they are using the right approach.
I can assure him that Midyama is going to come back next season, seeing Hearts and Kotoko rising again, whether he likes it or not. Because the truth of the matter is that once in a while you are going to see clubs rise like this, and a season or two you won't find them again. I remember Aduana Stars dominating pretty well in 2009. They won the league right away from the time they came from Division 1. Now, the only time Aduana had come close again to winning the league again was this season, and they lost it. And if you are looking at it, that's about 10 years difference or more. So I'm saying that, yes, let's give it to Midyama. I agree that they end it. I mean, they beat Kotoko at home. And once you lose at home, you should expect that you're not going to come close to the title. And I am not surprised Kotoko didn't do well. I think after 6-7 matches, I could tell that we were going to have a tough season.
Why were you too surprised? What was the problem?
Well, I think a lot of things didn't go well for us this season, and particularly with coaching. I feared that once the coach who led us to our league title win last season was not going to be with us, I feared that we were going to experience challenges. And that's exactly what came to pass. And once I heard the CEO even admitting that at some point, decisions on coaching became a problem. And I think that's a major reason why we didn't do well.
Okay,
but whatever you say, you also have to admit that Midyama deserve it, they worked for it, and they've had.
Now, former Black Queens coach Mercy Tego Kwako says she feels she has unfinished business with the female senior national team. Speaking on Prime Take with my colleague Muftar Nabila Abdullah, the 2018 WAFU B Cup of Nations winner, said it is her ambition to qualify the team to FIFA Women's World Cup someday.
I've not yet, before I say anything, I'll say I've not yet self-actualized.
Abraham Maslow.
Yes, self-actualization has not yet happened, trust me. It was my ambition to be able to qualify this team. You remember the last time Ghana qualified to the World Cup? Do you remember?
2007.
Long, way back.
Yeah, I remember that. In fact, I watched that tournament.
It was my aim to do everything that I could when I was with the team to qualify. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. But along the line, I was compensated as an individual, because I'm a coach, I'm talking about myself, to win a WAFU maiden edition, which is there forever. Whenever WAFU Zone B is mentioned, my name will never be out of it. Yeah. But then, I'm not looking at me as an individual. I'm looking at Ghana as a whole.
As a country.
As a country. I wanted Ghana to qualify. But only God knows why we could not achieve it. And it is my prayer. It shouldn't be me. It should be anybody who picks up Black Queens. God should just help whoever to qualify Ghana to the World Cup that we've been all yearning for, so that Ghanaians will be happy.
You can watch the extensive conversation with Mr. Tego Kwaku on the AM show tomorrow at 7:10 a.m. here on the Joe News channel. But to Kumasi now, and two Asante Kotoko legends have lauded the thinking behind the much-awaited community gala competition that starts this weekend in Kumasi. 1978 African Footballer of the Year Abdul Razak, a golden boy, and former Kotoko defender Frimpong Mansu believe that the MTN Ashanti Fest Community Gala provides the platform required to groom the stars of tomorrow. Ahead of the tournament, kick-off on Saturday, let's hear from Abdul Razak, but first, Frimpong Mansu.
This is their third time, and they started with 8 communities. Now they move up to 16 communities. So it tells you how serious they are. And then there are certain players who don't get the opportunity of playing at the highest level. So at this community gala, whatever, you get to see players and agents. Now they all come to the stations, where they play. Yes, and then they even like those players because they are not affiliated with any club, so they are free agents, so they want those players. So they are trying to cover the grassroots, and for me, I think that alone is a plus for MTN.
Now the league has ended. No Premiership, no Division 1, no Division 2. They are all off. So this time the MTN Community Gala is coming on. That's where they are going to get players. So the standard will be, very, very high, because they will get the Premiership. Here you combine with second division. So it's the right time that they are doing this community, this Ashanti Fest. So now they are trying to bring the community together also, which is very good. People will like, what am I going to see?
Now, 16 teams slated to play at MTN Ashanti Fest will vie for the 20,000 Ghana cedis winning prize after 1 month of intense football action. And away from that, the BAC group has named the Bono East and a half region select side known as the B&A Stars for the friendly match against around Grand foreign-based players during the All-Star Festival this June. Among the 20-member squads are popular faces such as Hafiz Konkoni and Stephen Amankona and Bechim United star Clinton Dodu, while Royal Rovers' young talent Gideon Boantin makes a surprise cut following his eye-catching performance in the Division 2 League in Doma and Hinko. The B&A Stars will be led by Coach Parkwesi Feben as they look to impress the people in the half regions when they take foreign-based players. But first of all, let's take a look at the technical team that will be handling the local side, which will be led by Parkwesi Feben and Chris Enim will also be there. Jacinta Edu will be the physiotherapist. Ata, team manager Michael Asante will be there. And for the goalkeepers, for the local side, Joseph Edu of Ediona Stars will be there, and Gregory Secher of Brekum Chelsea will be the goalkeepers. And let's take a look at the other players. For defenders, Ali Al-Hassan of Bafokatano will be there. Alex Boachi of Ediona Stars will play Kelvin Osei Asibe of 11 Wonders. Then Bo at Reagan of Debibi United will play Zachary Hussein of Brekum Chelsea. Then Emmanuel Kota of Nsonchoman, Anochu Beidu of Ediona Stars. Midfielders, Walid Neymar of Nsonchoman, Collins Amayao, Brekum Chelsea, Francis Trini of Bechim United, Kwame Frimpong, Elvis Opoku, Clint Gideon Boatin will all feature there in attackers. Hafiz Konkoni, who's currently with the Black Stars, will feature Melad Echampon of Mighty Royal, Stephen Amankon of Brekum Chelsea, Clinton Dodo of Bechim United, and Isaac Baffo of Young Apostles. Let's continue, stay in Europe, and champions Manchester City will kick off the Premier League season on Friday, 11th of August at promoted Burnley, managed by their former captain Vincent Kompany. Mauricio Pochettino's reign as Chelsea manager begins at home to Liverpool on Sunday, the 13th of August, and Manchester United start the season against Wolves at Old Trafford on Monday, and 14th of August. Let's check the fixtures of match day 1 in the English Premier League, and these are the fixtures you should look forward to in the first round of the English Premier League. Burnley playing Manchester City, Arsenal playing Nottingham Forest, Bournemouth and West Ham, Brighton and Luton, Everton and Fulham, Sheffield United play Crystal Palace, the Newcastle will also play Aston Villa, Brentford will play Spurs, Chelsea will host Liverpool, and on Monday will be Manchester United and Wolves, who will wrap up the first week of the English Premier League. But let's look at the first 5 fixtures of the top 6 teams in Europe. Let's start with the Gunners, Arsenal, and these are the fixtures they will be playing, the top 5 fixtures for Arsenal over there. So Arsenal start their season against Nottingham Forest at home, then they travel away to Crystal Palace, then at home again against Fulham, then they have a game against Manchester United, which is on the 4th week of the English Premier League at home, and finally on the 5th week they play Everton. So first 5 games, will Arsenal be able to pick 15 points? We wait to see what happens there. So now let's take Chelsea, the Blues, and Mauricio Pochettino will start his English Premier League campaign against Liverpool. And then they travel away to Tottenham, to West Ham United, and then they play Luton Town. Apologies for the error there. But then again at home to Nottingham Forest, and they travel away to Bournemouth. 15 points up for grabs. How many will Mauricio Pochettino be able to clinch there? Now, Liverpool, they have some very interesting games, and they play Chelsea away from home. Liverpool had a pretty decent season. They failed to play in the Champions League, but will play in Europa, so decent season for them. Chelsea, who play outside of Europe there, have a long way to go. But then they play at home against Bournemouth, then travel to Newcastle United, who qualify for Champions League, will play Champions League football next season, then Aston Villa, and finally against Wolves. 15 points, how many will Jurgen Klopp be able to pick there? And let's do Manchester City, the champions, the treble-winning Manchester City, and Pep Guardiola will be playing against his former player, Vincent Kompany, who will be making his debut in the English Premier League as a manager with Burnley. And a big game for them. And Newcastle United, they later play at home, hosting Newcastle United. Then they'll play Brentford, interesting game there on Saturday. And Fulham and West Ham United. Well, how many points can City wrap up? It looks like they just might be able to clinch it. Well, Manchester United, they play Wolves, and not sure by then, maybe Mason Mount might have joined them. Then they travel to Tottenham Hotspur, and they play Nottingham Forest, and they play Arsenal. Interesting, in the 4th week of the English Premier League, and Brighton they have to play, and to see if they can get some 15 points for themselves there. So those are the fixtures coming up in the English Premier League, and you really want to stay there, and we'll bring you up to speed on all of them as and when they come there. Well, we're going to leave you with some more updates in the world of sports on Sports Bite, and that's all we'll have for you on Prime Sports tonight. With me, Razak Musbao. But there's more on myjoeonline.com/sports. Do make a date with us tomorrow for that exclusive interview with Messi Tego there. Do have a lovely evening.